Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Dr. Yu.
And you have RP, and you did the gene test 33 years ago.
Correct.
And can you share with us your story and which hospital, the doctor, why you did that gene test?
Well, I'm from a large family that's affected with RP. My mother went blind when she was 59, and I was diagnosed when I was 16. I had 3 brothers who also were diagnosed with RP. And now I have 4 children, 2 of whom have RP. And so because we were a large family with RP, and I had gone to Bascom Palmer Eye Institute, because back then nobody really knew very much about it. And my husband and I were trying to decide whether we were going to have children, and they told us that surely there would be a treatment in 15 or 20 years for it. So anyway, but they asked us if we would, in 1990, they asked me if I would give a blood sample to try and see if they could find a gene. And the doctor called me ecstatic on the 4th of July that year to tell me that they had found my gene, and he said it was the first gene that they had identified for RP, and mine is the rhodopsin gene, and I think it's a very common gene now.
What's the number of the gene?
P23H.
P23H. It is possibly the first gene discovered for RP in human history.
On my blood sample, right? That's what he told me.
Yeah. So, and out of your family, like I will have give you the treatment, your son, your daughter, it all looks like very responsive. Every time we give treatment, very good response.
My son and daughter were, they came several years ago. They were both, my daughter was in her 20s, my son might have been in his late 20s or maybe 30. And they had tremendous response. I had a great response too, until I got the problem with the glaucoma and hadn't been able to come sometime, but because of COVID. But my children have maintained their improvement. It's been 4 years, and they have maintained their improvement.
Yeah, it might be possible that the type of gene your family has responds well to Chinese medicine and acupuncture. Yeah, epigenetically.
Yeah.
You see, it's much safer than genetic engineering.
That's what I'm discovering, because all of these medicines and treatments, Western ones, seem to have side effects, as I've discovered.
Yeah. So, how many genes? You said 12 genes?
So when I had my, they identified my gene in 1990, but then later I had genetic testing done, and they told me that I had 12 mutations, 12 different genetic mutations, which I think is kind of unusual. And my children who have RP had 10.
Oh, okay, it's different. Okay. All right. So let's carry on with Chinese medicine treatment. Let's see what we can do epigenetically for those 12 mutations in the future, down from the road.
Yes, and I'd like to downregulate all the ones that are affecting my RP for sure.
Yeah.